So in 1991, Hearts of Darkness was released, a full-blown making-of documentary that detailed the many production issues for Francis Ford Coppola's war epic. From its inception, originally as a project for George Lucas, believe it or not, through to the original script by John Milius, and then the reworking and eventual shooting by Coppola, and all the many infamous production problems that happened then, such as Marlon Brando showing up overweight and not having read the book, Harvey Keitel being replaced within the first weeks of shooting with Martin Sheen, and of course the Philippine government, whose vehicles you see throughout the film, having to be taken away from the production crew in order to go fight some rebels in another part of the country. What's interesting and kind of unique about Hearts of Darkness is that it was given its own individual release. This wasn't just some throwaway 15-minute fluff piece that you see on a lot of more recent movies. This is an almost feature-length piece that features actual behind-the-scenes footage shot during the making of the film by Coppola's wife, Eleanor, as well as actual audio conversations between the two, often expressing Coppola's extreme frustrations at the production and all the things that were going wrong, and needless to say, he was not shy about expressing his sentiments. But more than that, the film also has a very personal angle. Not only because Francis's children were there on location as well, Sophia and Roman, both of whom would go on to become filmmakers, but also because it talks about how much of a stake Coppola had in this himself, having to finance it by and large with his own money, even having to take out mortgages on his own property. Once again, I'm using this pared down format to review this film because there isn't a tremendous amount of ground to cover save for the most important element. How does it work? I have to say, pretty well. And mostly that is due to the material that Eleanor herself provided to the filmmakers. Not only does this give the film a significant amount of personality rather than just watching talking heads and production stills like a lot of documentaries and older films tend to, but it's also interesting just to see what it was like to be on the set of this incredibly chaotic film, and how much Coppola had to put up with in order to get this film made. And while Coppola in the audio recordings can be a little bit, well, unapologetic in his way of talking about his frustrations, you have to really admire and feel sorry for the man. He's putting a lot on the line for this film, and that shows a lot of dedication and commitment to the project that some filmmakers tend not to have. Plus, it parallels the film itself, which was about the insanity of war, and here this is a story about the insanity of making the insanity of war. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, Dennis Hopper is every bit as drugged up behind the scenes as he is on screen, Coppola having to frequently re-explain things to him in the footage, which I won't lie is somewhat darkly humorous, though obviously it wasn't much fun for Coppola on the set. This one is an easy recommendation to conclude this whole thing, and because it comes with the Blu-ray superset along with both cuts of the film, you'll get a very, very nice package with it. And perhaps a whole new appreciation for the art of filmmaking and how much some people are willing to risk just to achieve their art. Thanks for listening, for watching this entire saga, and well, I'll see you around, folks.